That is so good. Now that is a latte that was made using the coffee machine we won at the eBay Open. Now I know what people are saying, fix, fix, fix. We won it due to a fix because yes, I was on stage and I was involved with eBay doing some stuff on stage, but honestly, no it wasn't. I don't care what you say. I've got the coffee machine, you haven't. Ha. But joking apart, that's a £500 coffee machine and it's awesome. And now it is a staple part of my content creation activities. I make myself a coffee, or in this case, Nikki has made me a coffee while I stood there filming it. And then I make some content and it's pretty damn cool. So, as you can probably see, I am tech company branded today. That is because in about an hour and a half, my company Preloved Tech is going live on eBay. And it's going to be our 5th eBay live. And honestly, it's gone so much better than we expected. We've done really, really well. And we were told this week that we are the highest GMV company on eBay Live in the UK. We are absolutely smashing it. And that's largely down to all of you people watching this who follow us on eBay and visit, attend, watch the live, buy some stuff. And for that, I want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't seen any of our live streams yet, in the description box below, I'll just put a link to our lives. At the moment, we're going live every two times a week. We're going to extend that to 3 times a week after next week. And then we're going to be looking at going 5 days a week, every single week. Obviously, we've got Black Friday coming up. We're doing a pre-Black Friday show on the 24th of November. Then we're doing a mammoth Black Friday and Cyber Monday streams. Probably streaming for most of the day on Black Friday and maybe 2 streams on Cyber Monday. But anyway, we've got one today at 11 o'clock. We are running our first Saturday morning live and it's a budget day. So it's basically mid to entry level devices, devices that are kind of grade C, that are really well priced. You can get at a super cool bargain. And I'll show you a screenshot in a minute of what we got up. But this video today is really going to be covering off what my tech business is doing, and we're going to touch on some of the clothing stuff as well, because we've been doing some sourcing, we've been doing some sales on the clothing side of things with Faded Fits, which is my vintage clothing company. So we're going to cover the 2 things off in this one video, because I've not done an update for such a while. I've not done a vlog video for such a while, and we are now sitting at the 18th of October. So there's what are you going to see in this video? Firstly, I'm going to cover off the live and what we're doing today. I'm going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of our live. I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to shoot some of it so you can see behind the scenes and what goes on. There are 2 of us that manages the live. Nikki does all the console, behind the scenes, gets the stuff ready, passes it over to me, answers all the questions on the console. I then do the whole live selling to camera, and I try and get involved in the questions. But honestly, we had 10,500 people join our stream on Wednesday and I just couldn't keep up. I'm then going to look at some of the stuff that we've been sourcing from wholesale and from charity shops, because believe it or not, I'm really enjoying going to charity shops and sourcing the odd piece here and there. And a little bit of a sneak peek, I snagged a grail item this week. Honestly, I could not believe it. You need to watch this video a little bit more to see what it is. I'll give you a little bit of an update. It's a leather jacket, and honestly, it's a vintage. It's just, I don't want to sell it, but it's just, it's my best find ever. Then we're going to look at how the last 4 weeks, because it's been 4 weeks since I last did a clothing sale update on the things that I've bought from wholesale, how much we've bought them for, how much we've sold them for, if we've made any profit from our clothing wholesale purchases, and they have been from Italian Vintage Wholesale and Fleek. Just to give you guys a really good snapshot of whether things that I'm buying make money. So if you're looking at buying from any of the wholesalers that I mentioned, you can see what the kind of sell prices are and what you can achieve and what I've paid for things to understand whether it's worth it. Because there are so many people out there just flogging wholesalers, possibly without the best interests of the reseller in mind. That's where I'm trying to be a bit different. I'm trying to be very, very transparent with everything I'm doing. And as you know, the clothing business is my 12-month project that I set up in February of this year from scratch. I'd never sold clothing before as a business. just to grow it over 12 months as a project, document the journey so I can cover it all on YouTube right here. And that's what I've been doing. So, before I go and grab some food before this live, let me swivel my camera around. Well, actually, let's just jump onto a screen share. That's probably easier. Okay, so I'm in the Faded Fits eBay store, which is my clothing store, and this is the home page. And as you can see at the top, you've got here eBay Live. If you click onto this, you can see all the live feeds that are scheduled. So basically, you've got topics across the top here, and if you're into comics, you can click here. If you're into sports, you can click here. You can see ours up here, the Preloved Tech one. I'll come on to that in a second. But you've got all the live streams that are coming up, and they're all categorized. So you've got Comic Con, you've got fashion, you've got vintage collectibles, sports, comics. Preloved Tech, which is my tech business, you will find all the way down here under the everyday electronics. We have 3 scheduled. We've got today's, next Tuesday, next Thursday. So they're the 3 that we've got scheduled. And if you want to have a look what we've got up on a specific live, you can click into the live. This is on desktop. You can do the same on mobile as well. You can hit a reminder, so you're reminded that the live is coming up, and you'll get a little ping to say, Preloved Tech are going live. And you can actually see what's featured in this live stream, which is just here. And as you can see, we're starting this live off with 3 mobile phones. We're then going into a couple of tablets, well, 4 tablets. We've then got a couple of PCs, some mini PCs. Then we move on to a section of laptops, finishing off with a nice 2019 MacBook Air. We've got a set of audio headphones there. And then we move back onto phones. We're doing a couple of job lot phones and a couple of fix and flips, which basically are devices that might have a little error, a little issue, or a little bit of damage that it appeals to resellers. And as you know, I've got a wholesale business, and our tech company supplies to resellers. So we're introducing some fix and flip devices here. And if this works, if they take off and they get some good money, then we're going to do some dedicated trade shows as well, which are purely all job lots and fix and flips. And then to round things off right at the end, we've got a couple of grade C stock. So we've got a couple of Pixels and a couple of decent Samsung Galaxy smartphones. And that's our live session. We've got 25 units that are up for sale, all on low price start auctions. And we're hoping it's going to do really well. Then after that, I'm just going to go back to the lives. After that, my good friend Emily from the Fluffy Cow, who is a Preloved clothing reseller, has got her live at 1 o'clock, and I've already looked through what she's got on, and there are a couple of things that I'm actually really interested in. I quite like this Yves Saint Laurent polo shirt. I really like this kind of zip-up cardi, which I'm definitely going to bid on. Ralph Lauren polo is nice. I quite like the Asics vintage top there as well. So there's a couple of things that I'm going to bid on. I would have gone for this Russell Athletic zip-up top, but it's a size small, so I'm undecided about that at the moment. I like the Carhartt, and what else? There was another one. Yeah, the James Toseland top. That's pretty cool. As you can see, I'm a motorsport fan. I do like my F1. James Toland Osley is motorbikes, and I did used to watch MotoGP, so I may go for that as well. So yes, after our live, I will show you what I end up picking up from Emily's live as well. And I will put the link to her stuff down in the description box as well, if you're after men's or women's pre-loved clothing. But the time is now 9:30. I need to go and get some breakfast, and then I need to get my stuff organised for what I'm going to say, my spec sheets sorted, and then we'll jump on a live and we'll get going. 60 seconds, we are going live, and you're coming behind the scenes. Time to wet the whistle. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is Preloved Tech live on eBay Live. Hi, right. We got there in the end. We had a bit of a rush because some of the things wasn't charged. Right, okay, we're 11, so I'm just going to start.
And to start the event as well, I think.
Yep. Welcome if you are joining us. We are bang on 11 o'clock. This is going to be the first Saturday morning live stream that we've done on eBay. We've got about 28 people in the room at the moment. We will wait for those numbers to get up a little bit, so we'll give it a couple of minutes. If you have joined one of our live streams before, please say hello in the comments. I'll do my best to give you a little bit of a shout out. Nikki, as always, is on the side, ready to answer any of the questions that you've got. We're going to start off with a couple of mobile phones. We are a couple of minutes in, so I think we should just get going. We've got close to 60 people up there at the moment, and we've put the first one on the screen already, which is, let me get this open. This is the Samsung Galaxy A12. We feature these every single week on, well, every single stream, to be honest with you, because they are super popular. Class as an entry level, this is Budget Saturday, so we are having some lower end entry level and mid-range stock. And I'm just going to throw up the specs on this. Well, I'll tell you the specs on this. And Nick, you may as well start the bidding straight away. This is just started at £15, guys, 15 quid. So you can get a really good steal here. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A12. This is the blue version. It is 64 gig worth of inbuilt storage. You can expand storage on this up to 1 terabyte with the micro SD card. This is the dual SIM version. So you can quickly and easily pop 2 SIM cards in here, have 2 numbers. It's a 6.5 inch IPS LCD screen. We got 4 gig of RAM. There is a quad camera on this one, 4 cameras on the back, which is absolutely brilliant. We've got 48 megapixel main camera, 5 megapixel ultra wide if you want to get some landscape photography or cityscape or beachscape photography. Okay, there we go. First ever Saturday stream done. There is a bit we need to unpick, and I feel like getting a bit of fresh air. And she's off, look. Okay, so let's review what happened in the live. It was okay. The numbers weren't great compared to our last 3. Now, we had, I think, about 584 total visitors throughout the whole live, and I think we peaked at around, was it 50 or 60? 70? We peaked at around 70 concurrent viewers at any one time, which means there were 70 people in the live watching at any one time, and that was the best that we got to. Which, when you look at our last 3 lives, the one in the week, we had 10,800 people visit and 770 something concurrent viewers. So the numbers are down. Now there's a couple of reasons for that, potentially because it was a Saturday morning. We figured that people may have just got up, had some breakfast, got a shower, got dressed, and then would come on eBay and buy some stuff. But on the flip side of that, they may have got up, had some breakfast, got showered, got changed, and gone out with their family. But because we are the first ever electronic seller on eBay Live, we're kind of like guinea pig in the whole scenario, and we've got to really try all these different scenarios out to see what works. And over the next couple of months, we'll continue to do that. We'll continue to run lives at different times of the day, different days of the week, and then look at the data in probably a couple of months' time and say, right, what worked, what didn't, what time of the day works, what time of the day didn't, what days worked and what days didn't. Now, currently, Saturday hasn't, I'm not going to say it's not worked, because we sold everything, right? Initially, we sold everything. However, we had 24 lots. 2 people didn't pay from the bat, so we've cancelled those, or they've been cancelled now. And we had 6, I think, cancellations after the event. So overall, out of 24 items that we ended up selling, 8 of them have been cancelled or weren't paid. But when we've just run the numbers, we've still done a decent amount of sales for the day. And although I'm trying not to compare this live to the last couple, it's still got to be seen as a success, because we've done some good numbers, the margin is really good, and we've got some figures on the board for a Saturday, and we can relax for the rest of the Saturday. So, although it wasn't as successful as a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Thursday at midday or 6 o'clock in the evening, it still was a success, and we still managed to pull off a successful Saturday eBay Live sale day. So we'll get this dog walk finished, then Emily from the Fluffy Cow is having her live, and I've already seen a few things that she's got up today that I'm probably going to have a sneaky bid on. So yeah, that should be fun. see what clothing I can snag from the fluffy cow.
Hello, Matthew. Thank you for joining. Right, this is really nice, and I think the reason this hasn't sold is this was on my store, and I think I had it overpriced. This I got from the Porte de Petits market in Italy. Has anyone ever been? Because it's fabulous. Hand knitted, chunky, 100% wool vintage cardigan, directly from Italy. Does need a wool wash, but I think he would come up quite nicely. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the bid. So this is a size small, but I definitely think it 100% fits like a medium. Hidden hood. Thanks, Matt. Can't wait to see this content when you post it. Embroidered. It's all embroidered. It's really nice. 3/4 zip. Well, quarter zip. Thank you for the numbers. Shell is making a list. Thank you for the bids. Oh, we're still going. Nike on a Puma tag. Sorry, Arsenal on a Puma tag. Size extra large. It is a fleece. Everything's embroidered on the sleeve. Thank you for the bids, everyone. Thank you so much.
Well, I think that was a success. 3 things got. 2 that I'd identified that I wanted, which was the vintage kind of cardi and the Arsenal top. I wasn't going to buy the Lecoq Sportif jacket. I was actually going to buy the Russell Athletic one. But when I saw the sizes, I thought, and actually I saw Emily demoing the yellow jacket, I thought, I'm going to have to try that. I like it. It's nice and I'm happy at a good price. And I'm really glad that her live went well, and it's always good to support your fellow eBayers. So well done, Emily. That's absolutely great. Thank you for giving me lots of shout outs. I hope you've liked your bit in this video. Right. I think what I want to do now is just take a bit of a reflective look at the things that we've been doing on the clothing side of things, because I've not done an update for like three and a half weeks. And although things have been relatively slow because I've just been focusing all my time on eBay Live and getting the tech business up and going on eBay Live, there has been some sales, and I'm going to run through some of the numbers now. But before I do, I can just see out of shot, I mentioned earlier on in the video that I picked up what I think is a grail item. I'm going to go and get it and show you now. So wait there, don't go anywhere. Right, I hope you guys are excited as I am, because I'm going to pick this. Actually, before I show you, and I've just shown you, I'm going to tell you what happened. I've never been a charity shop person, never, until I started selling vintage clothing. And since then, I've been going a little bit more frequently. My business has just moved out to a place called Newport, and they've got a high street, a really long high street, and there's several charity shops. I have to go to the post office, have to run some errands, and I thought one day I'll just pop in there. And I've got to know some of the people who work there, and they say hello to me when I walk in. So I always go in there, and I've been going in there for the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks, picking up the odd thing, and it's not necessarily to make a bucket load of cash. One, I like to support the charities, and the things that I've historically bought from there, I've not made a massive amount of money on. I've overpaid compared to what I would pay for when I buy them from wholesale, but I like to support the charity. It's a good, the 3 charity shops that I go into are 3 really good charities. I like to support them. Yes, I make a little bit of money from some of the stuff that I buy, but it's not necessarily all about that. It's about supporting the charity as well as trying to make a little bit of money. And it's the sport of buying it and then trying to sell it afterwards. But anyway, I walked into one shop that I go into quite a lot. It's massive, it's huge. And I saw the lady put something on the shelf that caught my eye. She was putting several things on there, and I saw one of them, and I saw the big logo at the back, and I thought, I think I know what that is. And I was standing a little bit away from the rail, and some guy picked it up and looked at it for about 60 seconds and did some proper check-in, and I saw him on his phone and stuff, and put it back, and I heard him mutter to himself, oh, that's just too expensive. So I went and picked it up, and I looked at it, and it is what I thought it was, and I kind of knew what the value potentially would be, but I had a check while I was there as well. And I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is what I bought, and then I'll let you know how much I bought for. So this, and I hope you can see it well, this is a late 80s stroke 90s from my research, San Francisco 49ers leather bomber jacket, and it is goddamn immaculate. Honestly, you look at like there's nowhere, there's a tiny bobble on there, but there's nowhere on the cuff. There's just nowhere on any. The stitching is absolutely immaculate. It's real leather. It smells nice too. You've got stitching on the front, immaculate. Internals, immaculate. There's just a nice internal pocket. No wear on the pockets, no wear on the collar. Zip works absolutely fine. The zip is... It is a small. I've tried it on. Now, I would normally wear a large coat. This fits me. I can't really zip it up. Well, I can zip it up, but I just look like a fat guy in a little shirt. So it wouldn't fit me. But I think this would probably fit like a medium. But it is absolutely bloody immaculate. It's so nice. And I did a bit of research while standing in the shop, and I saw one up for sale at £449. Now, it won't get 449 quid, but one sold on Etsy for 250. And I've seen some sell in America for $3 to $350. I bought this for £50, which I think is a steal. And I'm almost of the mind that I don't want to sell it, but it's already up for sale. I put it up for sale for 250, and we'll see where we go with it. But this is probably the best find I've ever had. I also, in the coat kind of vein, picked up this as well. I picked this up for £5, and I've been seeing these being sold for around 100. And this is a Ferrari official. It's not official, but it's a Ferrari jacket. Now, I'm a Ferrari fan. I love Formula One, as you can tell. I'm wearing my Formula One top, and I'm a Ferrari fan because I follow Lewis Hamilton. And again, love it. It's not embroidered, it's printed, but it's in super brilliant condition. There's only that bit there. But anyway, they're two of the things that I wanted to show you that I was really happy with. And over the last couple of months, I've just been buying, well, couple of weeks, sorry. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been buying a whole load of stuff from wholesale. I've done some fleek unboxing on my channel. You can go back and have a look at them. And I've been buying regular from charity shops as well. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is just run some numbers to see the sales of the last 3 weeks. Okay, then let's look at some numbers. Now, these numbers are going to be my sales activity for the clothing over the last 4 weeks. As you know, I sell on Depop, Vinted and eBay. And over the last 4 weeks, I've managed to sell 44 items. That's just over 10 sales a week. Those 44 items have brought in £655.90. The cost price on all of that, £223.65. There is just under £63 worth of fees. Majority of that have come from eBay. And the profit for those 4 weeks is £356.21. So, from my maths, that looks like, I say my maths, my phone's maths, that's brought in around just under £164 a week, which is not great, but let me give you the splits of where we've sold those products, and let me tell you why the numbers are relatively low. We had 5 sales on Depop, bringing in £53. Depop has been absolutely... I went for about 3 weeks with no sales on Depop. Those 5 sales have been in the last 7 days. eBay brought in 18 sales, totaling £271.60, and majority of those fees are from eBay. And Vinted made 21 sales, bringing in £331.30. We've grown the store. So the store now is sitting at around 150 listings. I've bought some stuff in from Fleek, and I've bought some stuff in from Italian Vintage Wholesale. Majority of the stuff actually is coming in from Fleek. And that's boosted the numbers that we've got. So we've got about 150 items on the store now. So that is looking better. I've skinned the store a little bit. I'll throw up a little bit of a scroll down so you can have a look at what the store looks like now. The store's looking a lot better. We've got categories in it. It's working well. I'm not doing any promotion at all whatsoever. I'm just literally putting it up there, posting to places like Instagram and stuff like that to try and drive a bit of traffic. But the clothing side, honestly, has taken a massive back step over the last 4 weeks. And you're probably sitting there going, well, why? Well, the last 4 weeks I've just been so busy with my main company, Preloved Tech. Obviously being onboarded onto Live has meant a lot of planning, a lot of organising to make sure that we have got the right stock to launch onto Live and to deliver 2 to 3 lives per week. Obviously I'm presenting it all at the moment while we are kind of working through it to make sure we can prove concept and then we can scale it. And that's just such a lot of work. We've been doing lives in the middle of the day, we've been doing them in the evening, we've done obviously one today at the weekend, and it just takes so much work. Plus I've had the eBay Open where I was involved. I went down to a Blue Earth Summit on Thursday, and we were involved there in a round table. We did a live event at eBay HQ in Richmond this week. There's just been so much going on that literally the clothing has just took a huge backseat, back burner, it's not been a priority. So to do 44 sales in 4 weeks and bring in an extra £655 worth of revenue and all the figures are over there, and £351 worth of profit in 4 weeks with very, very, very little work, I'm really quite happy with that, to be honest with you. The only downside to it all is Q4 is my tech company's busiest period, so I can't see my time being any freer than it is now. And generally with the clothing, I'm doing it in the evenings and weekends when the missus cooking tea or when the kids are upstairs watching something on telly. I'm grabbing half an hour here and an hour there just to get stuff done. And just to give you an idea, let me spin the camera around. There's a rail with some stuff that I still need to list. There's my photography area. It's all kind of crammed into the home studio where I create this content, and I do our lives in the evening. It's just full on at the moment, and I still have to take a bit of headspace away from it all to try and sleep and eat and spend quality time with the missus. But yeah, so that's the reason why sales haven't been exploding on the clothing side, because it is firmly a part-time gig, and it will remain firmly a part-time gig until well into the new year, I think. And to be fair, I think that's pretty much where I'm going to end the video. I hope you found it interesting. If you have and you've stuck around 20 odd minutes into this video, please, it's got to be worth a subscribe. It's got to be, because still 60% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. It's free, it helps support the channel. So if you'd like to, please click that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up, because it's the only way that YouTube know that people like my content and will help me be more discoverable to the masses of people who come onto YouTube. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Do massively appreciate it. I'll put the links down to all of my websites, from the clothing to the tech, in the description, including links to our lives. So if you're in the market for any tech, you know where to go. If you're in the market for any vintage clothing, you know where to go. And I'll continue making content, telling you how I'm getting on, giving you more tips and tricks on how to succeed on eBay. And I'm waffling, so I'm going. I can hear the oven has been put on to make tea. So keep sourcing, keep making money. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.